and then left the restaurant. Fuck you.
Wacky facts for Sonic!
Did you know that the popularity of Sonic the Hedgehog in the 90s was so huge that a country's entire existence is based on the blue blur? The country known as Unlimited Cool, usually called the UK, has many of Sonic's elements in the day-to-day life of its citizens. For instance, all the traffic lights are colored blue, blue, and blue, all of which signal to put on some cool shades and go fast, with speed limits usually averaging around 130 chili dogs per second. Speaking of which, chili dogs are required to be sold at all restaurants, and eggs are banned due to their relation to Dr. Eggman. From 1989 to 2001, the UK consistently attempted to declare war on Italy to fight the country that spawned Sonic's rival Mario. The Italian government repeatedly wrote to the UK saying, quote, "We didn't make the red plumber douche! Now leave us alone, you bunch of fucking nerds!" The people of the UK still live like this to this day, but choose to not show it to the rest of the world, instead calling themselves United Kingdom and masquerading as a bunch of tea-drinking nerds. Also, do you know why Dr. Eggman hates Sonic so much? Explained in the 65th issue of the Sonic comics series Sonic's Chicago Expeditions, a young, well, kinda younger rather, pretty sure this man was born when he was 45, a somewhat less old Dr. Ivo Robotnacker never wanted to be an evil scientist. He wanted to open a restaurant, one that sold only his favorite food, fluffy mackerel pudding. Which is apparently a thing. The doctor was optimistic, opening his humble restaurant in a busy area of the city and waiting for business. Unsurprisingly, the eatery, named Dr. Robooty's Fish Goop Zone, failed to garner much of a following. He didn't have a single customer for weeks and weeks until a spry blue hedgehog decided to waltz in. He took a seat and grabbed a menu. The doctor, a large smile on his face, walked up to Sonic and said, "Hello, sir. How can I help you?" Sonic slowly turned his head to the doctor and said,
"Holy mackerel!"
and then left the restaurant. His hopes and dreams crushed, Robotnik changed his name to Eggman because he's insane, and devoted his life to destroying Sonic and enslaving animals. You know what they say, if at first you don't succeed, fuck that guy. And now it's time for a wacky lightning round, where I rapid fire as many wacky facts as I can say in only 30 seconds. Go! Knuckles the Echidna is a graduate of Harvard University. He graduated with a 1.9 grade point average. A crossover between Sonic the Hedgehog and Duck Dynasty is currently in development. It's scheduled for release in February 2024. Shadow the Hedgehog thought he was a total rebel in 3rd grade because he kept writing poop on his desk, and he was fucking right! In a 2006 poll, Big the Cat was voted the most influential prime minister in Canadian history. Sonic's amiibo has a secret button that, when pressed, will make this sound. Sega continues to make bad Sonic games because they just don't like you, Steven. And how does that make you feel? And finally, did you know that the 2006 video game Sonic the Hedgehog took heavy inspiration from a relatively unknown Victorian play? Woman in Gaze of a Rodent was a play written by playwright Cobble McStobble in 1567 that was only performed twice in history. The play starred a princess who was shunned from society for being in a romantic relationship with a blue mouse. As this play took place in the 1500s, a woman in a relationship with a mouse of a strange color was considered very wrong. She was continuously shunned until the blue mouse saved the princess from an army of ninjas, pirates, dragons, and robots. Here's to say this writer was very ahead of his time. After that, the mouse was celebrated with art, folklore, and worship. The play was critically panned, having a 3% rating on Ye Olde Rotten Tomatoes, and the actors were literally panned, leaving most of the cast dead after the second performance. The Sonic 06 character, Princess Elise, was based on the protagonist of the play, and Sonic takes the role of the Blue Mouse. Lead writer for Sonic 06, Uwe Boll, said in an interview, "McStopple has always been a great influence on me. I loved the scene where the princess and the mouse kissed after the mouse was killed. I was like, dude." And with that, thank you all for watching another episode of Wacky Facts. I know it's been a while since the last one, but thanks to everyone for being so patient. If you want to keep getting wacky with me, check out the last episode about Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Or if you want something a little different, check out my coverage of the new Mario Kart 8 DLC. Also, if you want to see your photo in a future episode of Wacky Facts, or win some other cool things like games and merchandise, consider supporting the channel on Patreon. It would help me out greatly and I would be infinitely grateful. And be sure to check out my Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Twitch in the description, and of course, subscribe for more
Wacky Facts. Bye. Ew.